You ever get that feeling when a new piece of tech drops and you really want to love it, but it's just quite not there yet? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Atlas. So OpenAI finally launched their own browser, and I was all in. That first night, I stayed up till about 2 a.m. trying to rebuild my Comet shortcuts. Because you know me, I live in this stuff. Between my custom GPTs and all the projects I've been using lately, the idea of having it all baked right into a browser sounded kind of amazing. Have you tried any of the AI browsers yet? Let me know down below. So let's zoom out for a sec. Right now, AI browsers kind of fall into two main types. You've got the Agentic browsers, the ones that can actually do stuff for you, click things, navigate, interact with pages. And then you've got the summarization browsers, which focus more on organizing and summarizing what's on a page. Dia was the first one I played with. It could get your summaries of the web page and just make browsing a little more helpful. Not everyone needed that, but it had some nice quality of life perks. Then came Comet, and this was the real first agentic browser. It could actually click through pages and perform actions for you. That's when things started to feel different. Like, this isn't just browsing anymore. This is automation in your everyday workflow. Would you trust a browser that can click and do things for you? Let me know down below. So here's where things get interesting. When people hear agentic browser, they usually picture something wild, like it's gonna hop on Amazon and order stuff without me asking. That's the fear-based version. But here's the practical side, the one that actually makes sense. Let's say you're in Google Cloud Console and you forgot where to find your API key. Normally you'll click through a bunch of menus, maybe even Google it. But with agentic browser like Comet, you can literally say, hey, find my API key settings, and it'll start clicking through the console until it gets it. That's the kind of automation that gets me excited. Not because it's flashy, but because it saves time and just works. All right, so let's get back to Atlas for a minute. On paper, an agentic browser, meaning it can actually do things, just like Comet. But if you're wondering, is it better than Comet? The short answer, not yet. Atlas has its own mode called Agent, and you actually have to switch into it. Sounds small, but that extra step really changes how it feels to use. And here's the big thing I've noticed. Once Atlas runs the first agent command, it goes straight back to the normal AI mode. So you can't chain commands together like in Comet. You know, like telling it open YouTube, grab this transcript, then click over to the comments and check what people are saying. In Comet, that works smoothly. In Atlas, it just does the first part and stops, like, hey, we're just getting started. Have you seen Atlas stop mid-task? Let me know down below. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've been testing all these AI browsers side by side, and I'll keep sharing what's working, what's not, and the stuff no one else is really talking about yet. All right, let's talk about what Atlas actually gets right, and some of the things that still feel a little half-baked. So here's where things start to fall apart a bit. None of these AI browsers, not even Comet, have nailed down data sync or bookmark integration yet. And Atlas, same story. Now, all your chats are stored on OpenAI's side, so technically your memory carries across devices. That's pretty nice. Like if you were talking to Atlas on your laptop and later ask it something on your MacBook, it still remembers the context. But here's the thing, once you start using a browser that remembers what you were doing, you start wondering if bookmarks even matter anymore. Let's imagine saying, hey, remember that page I was looking at the other day about AI browsers? And it just pulls it up. That's pretty wild. Now on Comet, I've been using multiple profiles, one for work, one for personal, and it keeps logins and contacts separate. Atlas doesn't do this yet. And yeah, it's Chromium, so the foundation's there, but profiles just aren't part of the setup yet. Same goes for extensions. You can install them, but it's not fully integrated. You don't get the little icon bar up top, so you can't pin things like 1Password. What's the one feature that would prevent you from making a switch? Some AI browsers out there support DOM, which can pull information directly from the web page structure. Atlas can't do this. Instead, it visually grabs the text, almost like a screen reader, instead of reading the code underneath it. It works, but it's not as precise or fast, especially if you're trying to do something beyond that first piece of info. Now, one thing I've got to give OpenAI credit for, they're actually pushing updates fast. I've already seen like 5 or 6 updates roll out since Atlas launched. That's rare. It makes me think they're paying attention, testing, fixing, improving. So yeah, it's early, but I'm optimistic. How long do you think before Atlas catches up to Comet? Let me know down below. If you're finding this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tap the notification bell. I go live from time to time to talk about tools like this and answer your questions in real time. It's honestly one of my favorite parts, getting to chat with you guys about how this tech actually fits into your real life. All right, that's it for this one. I'll keep testing Atlas, and if something major drops, I'll be back with an update. Till next time.